you think you have ended Biafra. Biafra. We are going to show you people madness. You see the madness? The madness that you people never, expected existed in Biafra generation. We will show you people madness in this 2023. Before we go into this exposition, I want you all to listen to how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was addressing that criminal somewhere. The people that always deceive him, the people that they have always used, the people that always have worked against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the people that got angry that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has COVID-19 people around him, the people that have betrayed and sold him in Kenya. I want you to listen to this.
You don't want to die. You don't want to sacrifice anything. Your life of a slave in Kuwait is fine for you.
You don't want to die. You don't want to sacrifice anything. Your life of slave in Kuwait is better for you. This man don't want to die. That criminal don't want to sacrifice anything. But he is the one who have ordered the killing of Biafrans before now. Of course, he can't try it again. We have told him, any day they call anybody already on Biafra again and the person die, we will tell them that they have blood in their family. This man don't want to die. This criminal don't want to sacrifice anything, just like every one of them. None of them want to sacrifice anything. That is the only thing they want is to work with Soludo. They don't want to make sacrifice. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was telling them, the criminal in Kuwait, you don't want to sacrifice anything. You don't want to lose anything. I want to be slave. Now I want you to listen to Onyendu as Onyendu decimated him.
You don't want to die. You don't want to die. You don't want to sacrifice anything. Your life of a slave in Kuwait is fine for you. Will they give you Kuwaiti passport? Will they give Kuwaiti passport to your children? Will they allow you to buy a house in Kuwait? Can your children be Kuwaiti prime minister? Then what on earth are you doing here then? That means you're a slave.
No, they're doing green.
You don't want to die. You don't want to sacrifice anything. Your life of a slave in Kuwait is fine for you. Will they give you Kuwaiti passport? Will they give Kuwaiti passport to your children? Will they allow you to buy a house in Kuwait? Can your children be Kuwaiti prime minister? Then what on earth are you doing here then? That means you're a slave.
No, they're doing green.
You don't want to die. You don't want to sacrifice anything. Your life of a slave in Kuwait is fine for you. Will they give you Kuwaiti passport? Will they give Kuwaiti passport to your children? Will they allow you to buy a house in Kuwait? Can your children be Kuwaiti prime minister? Then what on earth are you doing here then? That means you're a slave.
No, they're doing green.
That is our leader addressing that criminal. One thing is that we don't want to, start wasting time on all this. But sometime we'll be coming out little by little, bringing things that will make all this, how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was sold and betrayed, to begin to add up. They hated him for bringing people like Simon Ekpa closer. The hatred was too much. You don't know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know. You don't know. You don't know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know. I want to inform you, Biafrans, today. Go and listen and look at some of these criminals and their irad. They will tell you, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows 3. the criminals knows too how to get Biafra. That there is one that only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know. That there is one secret that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nobody else know it except Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this idiot know that there is one secret which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not told anybody. Yet, he gave a divine directive. Let Simon Ekpa broadcast on Radio Biafra. If you claim you follow Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, of course, I want to, this is not to them, because the people that sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya will never repent. They can never like me. They can never like me. That is why there is nothing you do in this life for them to like me. They can never like me. Because what I'm doing now is the reason why they sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. So why do you think they will come and like me? They will never like me. But I want to tell those ignorant idiots following, still listening to them. When you come to social media, you say that, oh, do you know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know 3 things? Other one or 2. Other people know 2. Only him know one secret, that how to get Biafra that nobody else know. Yet, he gave you a directive. You disobeyed him. Do you know whether the secret, that secret that you don't know, is in that directive that he gave? Do you know whether the secret that you don't know is in Simon Ekpa broadcast on Radio Biafra? Do you know whether the secret which you don't know, which you have been preaching on social media everywhere, is the directive of Simon Ekpa broadcasting on Radio Biafra? Do you know? Do you know whether the secret you don't know is that those COVID-19 people will actually come together and work with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu closely to restore Biafra? Do you know whether that is the secret? Or have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu revealed the secret to you? Have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu revealed that secret that you claim all the time? You follow him. That secret, that one secret that he have always told you that you don't know about. Have he revealed it to you? You don't. You don't know. This is how stupid these people were. I have seen them on social media. They are giving narrative. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know 3. Have he now told you, review that one you don't know? Do you know what it means? Do you know what it is? Do you know whether those directives he gave that time was the secret you don't know? You don't know. But of course, I do not blame you. Some of you are idiots. If you went to school, not just going to school, if you went to school and allowed the school to pass through you, you will not be as stupid as you are today. You will not be as greedy as you are today. You will not have this, missed the track. But because you are a very stupid person, you come to social media. You brag how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu know 3 secrets. You brag how only him know 1. You brag how people know 2. You brag how he say you don't know that last one. Now, you don't know that last one. That is the reason you must follow what he told you. Because you don't know that last one, that last secret that he have. He have not revealed it to you. Yet you disobeyed him at early stage of this extraordinary rendition. Today they are coming to say, Onyendu is saying stop attacking each other. Onyendu say stop attacking. And you know one thing is that they use Onyendu to deceive everybody. They say Onyendu. While in the back, they are stabbing him. Before we go into this exposition, I have one entertainment to give you people. Entertainment. I call it entertainment.
Now, before you put open at this trouble again, anyway, many Biafrans in Venezuela.
arrange them for one day for protest. Bring Biafran and Venezuela together and go to one of parliament office and present the case of Biafra. 9 hours of freedom. It's only in Venezuela came into the committee. Even go one not with the DOS. Amara mandi DOS and I could kai go with the Kenda Moshi. In the DOS never asked you one day to leave the name with the IPOB family in Venezuela who don't take Kenda Moshi. If not a chicken, they just tell us someone pattern make this okay. We can't guru about it and make it a they never ask you for one day who don't take Kenda Moshi and we IPOB family in Venezuela. Because with your voice that is struggle. With the way they are not having at the struggle, fearless voice. IPOB family in Venezuela was even one of the strongest IPOB in this struggle. Who they take that most to IPOB Venezuela now. Obologene, never only get put back in so. Only get only Biafra na Venezuela get put again the American because not to go to Balumu Biafra in Venezuela. Oto gives to Balumu Biafra in Venezuela. Ude jekenda mo so bo bunu Biafra da aga na airport Venezuela. Ude jekenda mo so go na police bo mu onye Biafra mo na kidnap onye Biafra na Venezuela. Ude jekenda mo si ojo ni de melu mu Igbo na Venezuela bu go ude jekenda mo so okosi abaga. Okwi na za afagi eji malu bu okosi abaga. Bata na struggle change afagi to fearless voice ka people hale mo na go okosi abaga. They forget to say I'm very well. Like I have been in South America. If a wanted person in Abaga. If a wanted person in Biafra land. Many do talk about Biafra land. We Ethiopia and Venezuela. We not pull go the name of Nina New 1 million may check the Biafra land. If you take it on a Biafra strong, if they cover with if they cover atrocity in the community, if only need to go Biafra. If that is cover under the umbrella of chicken, in that room another country. Because nobody owns you put the no. I think the reason why. If they did not support the whole Jordan chicken, the same one, in my power for her, Chinas and Moon. I think the first nothing, you forget to say name when they work in Venezuela. 9 South America, ma di go over Kosia Bagana. In Chocamo, Papa Manager, Papa Gafandi to Longana, Venezuela. In Chocamo, Papa Tichimaka was in Venezuela. In JK Sohali. Okay, Shabagana, only go Umo Biafra, we are going to wake them up in Venezuela. Umo Biafra and Venezuela will wake up and come together for this freedom. And the Hagejig set the example. Only go we get receive Ugo Johnny Nilo, Umo Biafra and Venezuela. Aga Kugi Comas in Venezuela. Of Simon, people on Oga Gaisi. You got antagonists to go already. You can't step your foot in Biafra land. Opo go to Biafra na choke. Opo ba ESN na choke. Ndị na choke ndị bukudu. Ụmụ Igbo ịtụtala nga na Venezuela ma ndị na-apụtala ego ha. Fearless boys. Onda ama hogide gegenti. You create a forum. Adịcha ndị mmadụ na-eme ude eji eke ndị amosu. DOS. Ndị akpọrọ nwa DOS. Don't you see how stupid adịcha? N'ike nguru agụ ma Chinasa Nworu ma nke anụmanụ nke na Tokyo na-eme echi ụba. Ọkwa ncha na kpona had that fight for their leader onye ndu. IPOB was structured. Kedu mgbe ịnụ onye emechi ụba last ọ na fight the government for the release of his leader. Principality Rebecca Connors now fighting for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of underground political solution. Challenge first. I go kita na si kendi de wote freedom Biafra kita. Obli ke guru ago na IC okwechi rent na-ele onolo na create n'ebe na attachment. Onda de nye freedom. Nkata ninu no alo nisi Simon eba. Chineke kwupụta gị ya. Una ba na nkata kita na ngebe sa ag ekonu ko ndi gebe Simon eba invite. Ọbịa dị Ekunu si dị ele Simon Akunu Nnamdi Kanu. That US, Simon will never step his foot out from Finland. Simon Ipa Finland. Freedom idea. Simon Ipa from Finland. Bogene, I need to begin Euro na Biafra land. So it's here. This Fulani once and for all. So let's go see Catalina who naba. This is Simon Ipa. Chineke Melissa Guru. Makamu amagomo papa di mama godona go let's go man ke bezi oku na this trouble. Muna de jola ankata mo DOS mgbe lele mazen na mekalo. Ago adrom. Owebu ni lo no mo gi kopo na Venezuela. Enwo lege with music business oko shabaga. DOS will not attach his card na for go na Venezuela. Simon Ipa go na struggle or Tinubu. Simon Ipa came to fight for the freedom of Biafra. Careless voice. Kita kabubo. Cheharia. And this Cheharia live more than Ezioku. Who knows what this struggle? He really Lego and then Omo Biafra from Ghana, Venezuela will forgive you. He won't be but your coin. Mbosaji wote gaga kage kanchi. And we are going to face Yukita. We are going to ginger Biafrans in Venezuela. Human will mess at this struggle. VOS in the support. Have you no knowledge to IPOB family in Venezuela? Fearless boys, can you bring the Biafrans in Venezuela together? The answer is no. They won't get to because you are a criminal. The same faith to be handled with Biafrans. The same is to look at them. He the move Biafrans in Venezuela. And when you never came out in Venezuela, fearless boys. But kono fonye na Venezuela keta na fearless boys. What the number fonye aga bona Venezuela ka joy yesi. Which is in the non Venezuela ranko bondai masi. Fearless say if forget to say na almost here in Venezuela because maless man papa ejima. Na in China na Dominica, how we see Dominica to Venezuela. Village. The same village, Simbeluki, if you go to Venezuela, you will room go to Venezuela. The same village, he's not fighting freedom of Biafra. Or Simon came back in a fight. He Simon, but he is fighting our freedom. You are fighting Biafra. And we Biafra will come after you from now. Or Venezuela came on. What does it take in Venezuela? It is short of money. We are going to get you down. Don't worry. Gano. Dindo. Omurang. And God forbid, no one Simon Ipa is not the right person to follow. Come on, Simon Ipa Genyani, 1%. 1%. Not even 2%. 1% from 100. Kai wanta Biafra. Biafra bena cha. Unanonum.
That is the criminal.
So therefore, I may lay 100% blame on it again. 1% to follow. Come on, Simon it again. 1%. 1%. Not even 2%. 1% from 100. Kai wanta Biafra. Biafra bena cha. Unanonum. Come on, Simon it again. 1%. 1%. Not even 2%. 1% from 100. Kai wanta Biafra. Biafra bena cha. Come on, Simon it again. 1%. 1%. Not even 2%, 1% from 100. Can you want to Biafra? Biafra, cha 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 cha.
I want you to understand that what you see these people doing, the evil you see these people doing, is not different from P2B. It's not different. It's not different from what P2B is doing today. It's not different from what Azikiwe did. It's not different from what all the governors in the Southeast are doing. Do you think that they don't want Biafra? Do you think that P2B don't want a better country than Nigeria? Why is the P2B running that he want to change Nigeria? Because he's not happy with Nigeria. Because according to him, Nigeria is not working. But do you know that P2B would have preferred to have a different Nigeria than he have today? But do you know what? He have soiled his hand. And because it is Nnamdi Kanu that is fronting the Biafra freedom. So he stayed. Some of them today are not supporting Biafra because the person that is piloting the affair and the person that controls the majority of Biafra movement today is Nnamdi Kanu. So for that reason, they don't want to support it. I am telling you, that is why some people you see, the one forming a militant group in Greek, it's not because he don't want Biafra. But why should it be Nnamdi Kanu that everybody is following? Why should it be Nnamdi Kanu that everybody is following? The same spirit. Anybody that fight against anybody that have something to do to get Biafra is in the same category than other people. Is in the same category than like those forming a militant. Is in the same category with P2B. Is in the same category with Dave Umahi. Is in the same category with Buhari. Is in the same category with Fulani. I am telling you the fact. The same category. Anybody that comes to say, instead Biafra will come, and it is not me that get it, or it is not that person that get it. If it is going to come from another channel other than this person, then let it never come. That person is just at the same thing as Fulanese. They are the same with Hope Uzodinma. Because Hope Uzodinma also want a different Nigeria. You think he's happy with all the killing he's killed in Imo State? He's not happy. But he has found himself in this mess. So if somebody like Hope Uzodinma come today and start shouting for Biafra, some of the people who did not support Nnamdi Kanu will support him. I am telling you the fact. If Dave Umahi turn around tomorrow and say, okay, you see, this Nigeria is over. Those people you see that are following him today and say APC, they will turn around and support Biafra because it is now Dave Umahi that is shouting for Biafra. I am telling you the fact. If this man Soludo tomorrow turn around to become a Biafra agitator, that now he wants Biafra because Nigeria is not working. All the people in Anambra State, all those people telling you, let us stop sit at home, they will join Soludo to sit at home. Because they will say, oh, Soludo is now a new face of Biafra. They will join it because Soludo have joined it. But because these people are all evil, they will never ever support because it is Simon Ekpa or because it is Nnamdi Kanu. They are in the same category. So do not be deceived. I can never come against anyone that is going to get Biafra. Why should I come against the person? Why should I say the person, instead of this person to get Biafra, let the Biafra never come? And why am I here? Why am I making broadcast? Why am I out in the first place? It means I was never genuine. So anybody that said these things, they are never a genuine Biafra agitators. They are all scams. And you can hear the background of the guy. The guy is a criminal from Venezuela. And people don't know him. You don't know. Have you ever seen him? You don't know him. He hide under mic and be dishing out from Abagana. He hide under mic and be dishing out Simon Ekpa this, Simon Ekpa that. With Madam Bridget. Failures. And I am going to address Madam Bridget very soon. Because she is the one who hide under. If people tell me that Madam Bridget is this evil, I will never believe it. I will never. But desperation can lead people to do anything. If people can tell me that Madam Bridget is evil, I would never believe it. I would never. But Madam Bridget is the one hiding under somewhere and dishing information to this criminal in Venezuela to be attacking Simon Ekpa. Now, that is not why I'm here. Why I am here is to show you the exposition and the similarity of Peter Obi and Azikiwe. But before I do that, I want to bring your attention to something. Biafra is going to be one of the best countries in the world. I want to show you one example of what we, the Biafra people, are doing all over the world. Listen to this.
So the real problem is fuel. It is the fuel. And the answer for it is to go to the electric vehicles, number one, and electric pikipikis. And secondly, to use the railway, where the railway can be quickly repaired. So before I proceed, there are people who are making pikipiki, solar power, electric pikipikis. Are they here? Uh-huh. Okay. You say something. Put your microphone on.
Your Excellency, sir, honorable ministers present.
Remove the mask so we can hear you.
Okay. Your Excellency, sir, honorable ministers present, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Professor Emeka Akezua.
Did you hear that? Did you hear his name? His name is Professor Emeka Akezua or something. Professor Emeka. Professor Emeka Igbo man, a Biafran, is leading the team, innovative team in faraway Uganda, bringing Uganda to the international community to begin to compete with the Committee of Nations on innovation, producing electric bike, Igbo man. When Biafra come, you think he will be in Uganda? You think he will be in Uganda? Do you know him? You don't know him. When Biafra come next year, you think he will be in Uganda? I am asking you. This is just in Africa. We have many of them in the US, in United Kingdom, in Europe, everywhere scattered. Computer. Igbo man developed it. Softwares. You don't know. It shock you? Okay, it shock you. All right. Now listen.
And electric pikipikis. And secondly, to use the railway, where the railway can be quickly repaired. So before I proceed, there are people who are making pikipiki, solar power, electric pikipikis. Are they here? Uh-huh. Okay. You say something. Put your microphone on.
Your Excellency, sir, honorable ministers present.
Remove the mask so we can hear you.
Okay. Your Excellency, sir, honorable ministers present, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Professor Emeka Akezua. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Professor Emeka Akezua. My name is Professor Emeka Akezua. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Professor Emeka Akezua. Honorable ministers present, ladies and gentlemen, My name is Professor Emeka Akezua. I am the Vice Chancellor of the International University of East Africa in Kansanga, Kampala. And I'm here with my colleague, Mr. Alwi Hassan. I am a scientist and engineer by training, and I am happy to present to you the electric motorcycle scientist and engineer. I'm here with my colleague, Mr. Africa, in Council of the International University. My name is Professor Emeka Akezua. I am the Vice Chancellor of the International University of East Africa. My name is Professor Emeka Akezua. I am the Vice Chancellor of the International University of East Africa. I am the Vice Chancellor of the International University of East Africa. I am the Vice Chancellor of the International University of East Africa. I am the Vice Chancellor of the International University of East Africa in Kansanga, Kampala. And I'm here with my colleague, Mr. Alwi Hassan. I am a scientist. I'm here with my colleague, Mr. Alwi Hassan. I am a scientist, Mr. Alwi Hassan. I am a scientist and engineer by training, and I am happy, Mr. Alwi Hassan. I am a scientist and engineer by training, and I am happy, Mr. Alwi Hassan. I am a scientist and engineer by training, and I am happy to present to you the electric motorcycle, the IUEA electric motorcycle. And I am happy to present to you the electric motorcycle, the IUEA electric motorcycle that was designed and developed at IUEA with partners. And our whole philosophy about this is to produce in Uganda, to develop products, solutions for transportation in Uganda using mobile, based on mobility, using clean energy, electric energy. So we have, Your Excellency, created the e-motorcycle to enable us to help create jobs here in Uganda, develop capacity, the talent to build technological solutions in the area of transportation and many other areas. So the electric piki-piki that we have created is on the roads in Kampala. We are piloting those, and we have generated a lot of research that shows that these motorcycles are very viable. We can build them here in Uganda using local talent. We can build them with our partners. And
did you hear that? He's a Biafran, creating jobs, building the economy of other nations in Africa, in Uganda. And if they are able to produce machine, motorcycle, electric motorcycle, they will produce car, because it is only the same engine. Top up the engine, extend, touch the engine a little bit to be more faster, and that's it. They will produce electric car very soon in Uganda. He is a Biafran leading the team. Do you understand it? That is why you don't know when Biafra come. We are going to overtake many nations of the world. Israel is our target. That is why Israel is leading in science and innovation. Israel. They have everything. Their technology is superb. And Biafra have the same. And what we are using today is produced in Biafra land. I am telling you the fact. It's produced. Biafra made is what we are using. Biafra made. I want you people to understand. Now we are going to bring to you the video and the exposition we have. The issue of P2B and Azikiwe begin now. exactly 1 hour 7 minutes.
He took his final examination a year ahead of his class. He also married Mrs. Carol Smith, whom he met while they were both at Oxford University. Together they went to Nigeria, where they had their 2 children. Mr. Carol Smith, you were featured in a program recently by BBC Radio 4
Yes.
titled Document,
Yes.
and that was hosted by Mr. Mike Thompson.
Yes.
You are alleged that the British government rigged the first and most important election in the history of Nigeria in 1959 in favor of the North. Am I correct?
Yes.
How long were you in Nigeria for?
From 1955 to 1960. And we were based in Lagos. I was on the staff of the Department of Labour. I was largely occupied with employment problems, all the employment exchanges, and statistics and international reports, and was kept pretty busy.
One thing I want you all to pay attention is the fact that the election in Nigeria was rigged by the British. He said it too. I did not say it. The election in Nigeria was rigged by the British, according to this man. Okay? According to this man, was rigged by the British. Because Azikiwe want to cover his corruption so that he will not go to jail. They told him to go and align. He went, the United Kingdom told him, go and form alliance with Fulanese. Destroy the unity in the South for their own benefit. And Azikiwe did it. The same thing this Obi is doing today. The same thing this Obi is doing today is exactly what Azikiwe did. You see that? Peter Obi visit UK Prime Minister. After that, he joined political party. Now let us listen.
So stationed in Lagos in charge of the capital and the port. I was the port labour officer as well. And I also devised a port labour scheme and later a social security scheme, which was one of the first in Africa, which guaranteed workers some income after they'd finished work. It was a providence scheme. As I say, it was called the National Providence Scheme, and I was very proud to have put that on the statute book.
I was going to ask you what your role is. You've mentioned 3 important. Is there any particular name given to your office while you were there?
Just labour officer.
I was a labour officer, a senior civil servant.
Okay.
Sorry, no sound. Did you hear that? He was labor officer. Labor officer in Nigeria. While they connive with Fulani, they threatened Azikiwe to betray southern Nigeria. That if he do not form a coalition with Fulani, they are going to jail him. So he was in Nigeria as a labor officer. Labor officer. After how many years of this scam and fraud and evil agreement of Zikiwe, they have come today again to tell you about Labour Party. Labour Party. A Labour officer was part of the scam of coalition, Zik-Iwe coalition with Northern Fulani. Today, they are again fronting Labour Party. We don't learn. We are no longer stupid. I want you to connect the dots. It was Labour Party during Ziki. It was Labour officers. Labour. Today, they have come back and they are going to use P2B to do exact thing they use Azikiwe to do. So that after 50 years, your children will be raining abuses on you. How were you people alive and allow P2B to be used against your freedom? How some of you were alive and allow P2B to be used as, to be used against your own freedom. Well, we are not going to give the opportunity for that particular history to come. So that history will never come. It will never, ever happen. The history that we are making today is that we stopped any Biafran from contesting election in Nigeria in 2023. And we stopped election from taking place in Biafra territory. And that led to the breakup of Nigeria. That is the history we are creating today. I am telling you the fact. Write it down somewhere. The history we will never allow to repeat itself is the history of Azikiwe getting threatened by the British to go and form alliance against his own will because he is a corrupt man. Listen.
I only intended to stay in Lagos initially for two tours of duty. Although because of this conflict with the elections, there were difficulties. Actually, government wouldn't let me leave the civil service. They were determined that I should stay in the civil service after my two tours. And I was offered very considerable incentives, including a knighthood, to stay and work for government. Primarily this was because I had access to state secrets. I learned, and the Governor-General himself confirmed this to me, that the elections were rigged, contrived. The intention was that the North should rule Nigeria. Even in '56, the Northern leaders were very proud and were saying, if they couldn't run Nigeria, never mind elections. They might not join Nigeria. They might leave. And we all thought, well, how would they survive? There were no industries. There's not a great deal of agriculture, some groundnuts in the north. This wasn't very practical at all. And then it was, the Governor-General seemed to be thinking that the North couldn't, even if it won an election, rule Nigeria by itself. The South wouldn't stand for that. So there had to be a partner, either the Igbos in the east or the Yoruba in the west, to team up with the North. What he didn't want was for the two southern parties, the Igbo and the Yoruba, to team up to form the government, because he believed the North wouldn't tolerate that and talked about leaving the federation. So as I learned, in a small way at first, but very rapidly I learned about the election fixing, and as I say, this was confirmed to me by the Governor-General. He actually said that he wanted me to know the truth because he wanted me to know how much trouble I was in.
You mentioned statistics you were collecting.
Even himself was in trouble. The British man was confessing that even he himself, as far back as then in Nigeria as a labor officer, was in trouble. He was in trouble. So they have to convince Zeke. What I am telling you today is a very, very important thing. And the quote is that we will never allow Peter to repeat the mistake of Nnamdi Azikiwe. Watch.
Figures. Is that for labor and unemployed people only, or general?
Primarily, but obviously my interest was in the population
Of
generally.
Nigeria.
Yes, and Awolowo, the Yoruba leader of the action group,
Yep.
and Chief Enaharo, they too, other people were saying, where are all these millions of people in the north? Where are they? We're going up there to campaign. We want to know, you know. And you see all these, you know, thousands of miles of not very developed countryside, and yet the northerners are claiming that their voting registration figures are larger than in the south, you know, larger, far more people up there. Well, actually, if you went through the Igbo land, you know, Enugu and that, you saw lots and lots of people. If you went to Ibadan, again, Ibadan teeming, you know, with millions of people. But we didn't actually see many northerners, and obviously not many northerners at that time came to Lagos. So this did arouse suspicion. Now, the Europeans, you know, not stupid, we are watching what's going on in Nigeria, and we too are beginning to feel there's something not quite right here, that maybe the elections are not going to be as straightforward as they're meant to be. Nigeria was being described as the showcase of democracy, and it was expected that the nationalist leaders would win through. But actually, when the election results were announced by the Governor-General, before the vote was even in, he didn't vote, didn't count for that, he didn't wait for that. I have to tell you, the British were counting the votes, and the British cannot be trusted. They look after their friends. Loyalty is the big thing for the British. And we were friends with the emirs of the north. We looked on people like Enaharo and Awolowo as rather dangerous people. They might even be communists. That's ridiculous, actually. They couldn't be communists in 1,000 years. But this was a sort of thing that was being said. And we were, Europeans, were getting a bit worried about all this. It wasn't quite the honest, straightforward election that we were hoping for.
Apart from Professor Anderson and Dr. Patrick Wilmot that supported your submission on the rigged election, there were other people who also served in the colonial office in your days. I mean, who opposed to this submission?
Initially, I was warned of what was going on by my senior officer, a Major Bunker. I didn't know, and I knew that the Governor-General had directed me to take all the office staff of the Ministry of Labour to help Chief Okoti Igbo in politicking in Warri. And this was most irregular. And I
Sorry about that. The sound is back. I'm sorry, the sound is back. The thing I want you to understand is that during the time of Azikiwe, the similarity, during the time of Azikiwe, it was same Labour Party. It was same Labour. This man you see here talking was a Labour officer. They are the one who worked underground job to make sure that Azikiwe, who is a corrupt person, who was a corrupt politician, who, had financial issues, they used him because he was corrupt. They say, if you do not go and join the Fulanese, we will open your corruption case and you will go to jail. So Zeke sold out. Because Zeke don't want to go to prison, that is why we are suffering today. Because Zeke don't want to go to prison, that is why the hatred between us and Yoruba, you see it, which we have corrected today. At least the Yoruba people will know that we did not support what Zeke did. At least Oduduwa people have come to know we never supported Zeke and can never support Zeke. So I want you to look at the similarity. One is Labour Party. Obi now visited the Boris Johnson office, and as you can see, P2B visit UK Prime Minister's residence. After that, he was advised to now abandon PDP and join Labour. The same Labour, the same criminality of Labour, the same Labour. These are the people who tells you that they are Labour. These are the people who want to tell you that they are Labour. They want to tell you how important they are. They want to tell you how Labour is going to save you. They want to tell you Labour, they are criminals. As far back as then, they supported fraudulent Azikiwe. They supported corruption. They supported corrupt Azikiwe. They know that Azikiwe is corrupt. They tell Azikiwe, this is your corruption. We are not going to investigate it. You are going to just sell your people to Fulanese, and then you will not go to jail. And they were parading Zeke. The same thing coming from the same person today is P2B. The same people, the same place, the same Zeke, the same P2B. Ask yourself, why is this history trying to repeat itself? If not for us, the history will repeat right before your very, very own eyes. Do you see? Same history. Labour Party. Labour, who they say, oh, they are for people who are working. Labour supported fraud. Labour supported fraud. They have come again to support another fraud of P2B. P2B have committed crimes. P2B have offshore companies, offshore account. P2B have $15 million in offshore account against Nigerian law while he was a governor. He didn't deny it. He said he was advised. All this corruption, the United Kingdom know it very well. So P2B is doing business. He has business in the United Kingdom. Nobody know what he has done. That they are trying to pardon him by making sure that he dragged Biafra into election next year. We are not going to allow that to happen. Position has become necessary. But what I will repeat and continue to repeat until these brokers end is that we, the Biafra of today, will never allow the mistake of Azikiwe to repeat itself again. Never. And that is exactly what Obi is coming to do in a different way. I want to tell you a story. Somebody called me from Germany. He is probably watching today. Called me from Germany. He said, I didn't pick the call because I am very, very busy these days. So when I saw the call, something asked me to call the person back. I called him back. I said, you called me? He said, yes. He said, do I remember him? I said, well, I don't know if I remember you. But he now explained himself. I said, okay, I think I remember you. So he started saying, oh, you know, the rejected stone is becoming a cornerstone. You know, who will ever believe that there is a tsunami coming? Who will ever believe that an Igbo man will be accepted to be running for president? Who will ever believe that there is a tsunami coming? Hi, Chineke God. Ọ bụrụ onye ndosi agwa onwunye ga-asọ n'anya. So as this guy from Germany was saying this thing, I begin to have stomach pain. I begin to have stomach pain. I told him. So I didn't allow him to talk because I already know where he was going to. I didn't allow him to finish. I told him, hold it there. I have not seen any other tsunami other than Biafra tsunami. The only tsunami I am seeing now is Biafra tsunami. I don't see P2B tsunami. Did you see P2B tsunami? I have not seen that. I have only seen Biafra tsunami, and that's what I'm seeing. This man told me, do you remember I was the one who was supposed to have a program with you and somebody? You know, I said, yes, I remember you're supposed to have program with me on Biafra, on why we need Biafra, why we must need Biafra. I said, I remember you. So when he started that thing, I told him, hey, stop it there. I don't see any tsunami other than Biafra tsunami. What I'm seeing now is Biafra tsunami. There is nothing like P2B tsunami. Okay? And let me tell you, it is a shame. He's watching me now, probably. It's a shame. You people are disgraced. You jump from one platform to another, preaching Biafra, deceiving people. And with your appearance on Biafra program, you gave people hope, only for them to go and die. After they died, out of your deceit. And they are now 6 feet below. You came out and start talking about Nigeria election. God will never forgive you. I told him this, and I believe that whoever sent him, let him be courageous enough to tell you how I responded to him. Those who sent him to come and talk to me from Germany, he should be courageous enough to tell you what I responded and how I responded. So I'm responding now in public because in case those who sent him are watching. I told him, God will never forgive all of you. All of you who were jumping from one platform to another, preaching Biafra before this particular time, only for you to jump and allow people to die. You come and jump and start talking about P2B and election. God will never forgive you. So after addressing him that way, I cut the phone. But I told him, don't ever in your life call me again. We are going to show you people. I told him, don't ever in your life call me. He is watching me probably. And why I'm making this public now is that for people who want to call me again for such thing. To know how prepared we are. You understand? I told him, don't ever call me again to tell me about Nigeria. The tsunami I am seeing today is the tsunami of Biafra. After that, I caught the phone. So when I caught the phone, I saw he was writing something. He was writing and writing and writing. And I saw him, he was busy writing. Seriously writing. I was looking at the phone. I saw him writing. You know, in WhatsApp now you see people writing. He was writing and writing and writing. And when I know that he had finished writing what he was writing, I blocked him. I am saying this in the public for that person to know how, insulted I was. That is why I'm saying it now. How insulted and disappointed I was. I waited for him to write. I believe he must have finished writing it because he wasted a lot of time. After you people don't know me. I know how to be aroral person. That is if I want to show you aroral, I'm a mayor to the highest. I waited for him to write everything he was writing. Immediately, I know that he must have written everything. I blocked him. Bam! So he will write those things. He will never deliver it to me. Okay? So if you are watching, this is what I did to you today. You from Germany, I did this thing to you today, and I have no regret over it. Don't ever call my number again until you repent. If you have repented and see that you are Biafra, you can write me that you have repented, and then I can unblock you again. Now let us continue.
Refused to do this. Having refused an order, I know what the drill is. You resign. Refuse to do this. Having refused an order, I know what the drill is. You resign. I resign my post. That is the proper thing to do. What they did then was rather devious. They persuaded me to withdraw my resignation, and when I did, they sacked me. It didn't go through, but I thought this was a bit low after I'd resigned and was prepared to leave the country. This was not very nice behaviour. They later withdrew this and said that I had been of some service to the state and actually commended me for what I had done and said I could leave Nigeria with splendid testimonials, and we shook hands on this. And this was done with the recognition of the Deputy Governor General, Sir Ralph Grey. And then I left Nigeria the first time and took up a job as a personnel officer, a very big job, with the Esso refinery. And then government came after me, declared that I was a traitor and I had betrayed the British people, ought to be imprisoned. And I lost that job. And then they came to me again and said it's all been a big mistake. Dreadful mistake. I'm a jolly decent chap, Oxford chap. And they put me on a plane straight back to Nigeria where I'd make up for the time I'd been away. There was a great deal of good work for me to do. And we fell for this. We shouldn't have gone back, but we did.
Now, if you recall what you said about the role of the Governor General and the attitude of the British government in particular, regarding the fear that Awolowo, Okotie-Eboh, and the lot of them from the south are dangerous, is there a particular reason? Why the fear from the British government? Is it that they don't want to release or relinquish Nigeria? They still want to control Nigeria?
They knew that the North would do as they said after independence. If it
Did you hear that? This man said the reason why the British favor the North and want Zikiwe to form alliance with the North is because North will always do what they say. Are you hearing me? North will always do what they say. Because if the alliances would have been Southern alliances, we are more educated, we are more wise, we are brave. I told you that they had agreement and this Fulani was part of the shareholder of the Niger Royal Company. They were giving them money. They were giving them money. They were giving them money. Do you understand it? They were giving them money. Now, you have had it. The reason why they favored Fulani was because Fulani will always do what they say. That is the result today. Let us go there.
The North would just because it was their habit. Because it was their habit. They liked the British. They liked the British. Whereas the nationalists an unknown factor. Actually, when they took the flag down and hoisted the Nigerian flag, not one of the major nationalist politicians was there. They weren't even on the platform. This was incredible. These were the people who had sought independence. The people in the North didn't want independence. They didn't want the British to leave. So this was a farce. And for most Europeans who were very close.
You hear that? The people in the North did not want independence. The people in the North did not want the British to leave.
And for most Europeans who were very close and watching this, we were disgusted. We thought this really had been manipulated, this election. It was unworthy. It was unworthy of the British people, this. This was no honest, straightforward thing that you would expect Britain, the mother of parliaments, to do. This was cheap and low and criminal. And I opposed it. And I opposed it then, and I've opposed it ever since. And I'm telling you the truth. And I was warned, if I told you this state secret, my life could be forfeit.
Earlier on, you said the British government wanted the North in alliance with either of the southern region, either with the Yorubas or with the Igbos.
But
without which they cannot
they can't do it
rule the country.
The problem was that Awolowo was a highly principled man.
Okay.
You didn't talk to Awolowo about squalid deals and fixing things. Awolowo.
Do you hear that? Awolowo was a very principled man. They could not approach Awolowo. They could not approach Awolowo to strike a deal. But you see today, all these criminals are the one abusing Yoruba people. All these criminals. All these criminals in Biafra. All these criminals in Biafra abusing Yoruba people of betraying. They abuse Yoruba of betraying. This happened before the war. Zik is not a principled man. Zik was corrupt. And the British know the level of corruption of Zik. They approached him. And of course, they didn't miscalculate. They did not miscalculate. Zik failed. Ego, money. Money. The same thing Peter Obi is doing today. Peter Obi is telling you money. How money is everything. How he don't joke with money. How he spend wisely. How he do this, how he do that. How he invested Anambra money. How he has a $15 million in offshore account. How his family know him. How his family always invite him and come. I hope you are not going to spend our money. I hope this election you are going into, you are not going to spend our own money. He's bragging about it. Everything is money. They did not approach Awolowo. They know Awolowo is a principled man. Yoruba, today, the same Fulani deceived you to call Yorubas betrayer. But it was Zik that betrayed the Yoruba. We are correcting it. We have corrected it. Today, we have corrected it. You open your mouth every day to abuse Yoruba people. Igbo, you are an animal. Because what Yoruba is or have done to you before, your Zik, you started it. Peter Obi brother started it. Zik. The something is repeating today. Peter Obi, your brother started it. The people that are destroying this struggle, also the same thing happening. The people that betray Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the same thing. Money. those fighting against Biafra struggle. The same thing. Peter Obi brothers. Zikiwe brothers. The same thing.